Good morning, Lieutenant Sam Boyle with the Sherman Police Department. Been the PIO for this event. I want to welcome you all to the press briefing. In a moment, Chief Jeffcoat is going to provide our statement, and then we'll open it up for questions. So that's all I have for now. Chief, turn it over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jason Jeffcoat. I'm the Chief of Police here for the City of Sherman. On the morning of December 24th, around 9:30 a.m., Sherman Emergency Services responded to calls about a vehicle that was being swept away by floodwater. Rescuers worked quickly to stop the vehicle's movement and were able to save 4 of the 6 occupants. One of those rescued was a 5-year-old girl who was unresponsive at the time. Sherman Fire Rescue personnel performed life-saving measures on the way to the hospital. Because of their efforts, this 5-year-old survived the incident, is home now with her mother and siblings. This morning, December 27th, is the 4th consecutive day of search operations to recover the missing 8-year-old girl who was swept away by the floodwaters. At this time, we can identify the missing 8-year-old girl as Clara Robinson. Her father, Will Robinson, tragically died during this accident. Search teams are continuing efforts to search Post Oak Creek near the site where the initial rescue efforts took place. There are also teams searching a 10-mile stretch of Post Oak Creek and Choctaw Creek. These teams include personnel from Sherman Police Department, Sherman Fire Rescue, Grayson County Sheriff's Office, Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Texas Task Force 2, Texas Division of Emergency Management, Grayson County Office of Emergency Management, Public Works, and Brady Baskin, a local rescue diver. Today we are using a variety of assets provided by the participating agencies. These include K-9 teams, dive teams, and drone teams. We have DPS helicopters ready to assist once the skies clear today. And one last piece of notable information we want to share with our community. It has come to our attention that there are, unfortunately, some unaffiliated accounts attempting to solicit donations for the Robinson family. We would encourage our community to please not offer a donation unless you have verified the authenticity of the source first. Our main priority the past 4 days has been and continues to be finding this 8-year-old girl. We ask our community to continue praying for this family during this unfathomable time of grief. At this time, I will answer a few questions.
I have a question. So, going into the 4th day of searching, is there anything distinctive from the previous days? Are you guys expanding location or using more resources? Is there anything distinctive from the previous days?
Yeah, so there are some areas that we are focusing on. If I can get Garth with Texas Task Force can answer those a little bit better.
Sure.
So I think the differences is that we've been able to identify different targeted areas that we would be places of interest that we need to check a little bit more in detail, and each day we find more of those type of positions that we need to look at.
And I'm so sorry, just for formalities, could I get your first and last name and how to spell both?
Garth Groves, Garth Groves.
And you're with Texas Task Force?
Texas Task Force 2, with Task Force Leader.
Perfect. So right now, just to make sure I understand, you guys are just trying to get in different areas that you haven't already searched before?
So we've split our team. Part of our team is actually searching the creeks, and another part is searching targeted areas of interest.
Can you talk a little bit about how the weather has affected the search?
Well, the weather is yesterday was definitely hampered. We had to, for the safety of all the responders, we had to postpone a little bit of the day before we could actually get out. We had to pull them out early and then put them back in after the storms came through. But that also increased the water level in the creeks. So it did hamper yesterday's search. And that's why we're back out there today to take more looks.
The 4 that were rescued on the day of the crash, does anyone know if they all are out of the hospital and if they sustained any injuries?
Yes, the remaining 4 are out of the hospital and they are recovering at home.
Can you talk a little bit about how amazing it is that you have this child who is unresponsive and the fire department was able to bring her back to life?
It's amazing. Just to experience that, to be able to experience bringing that child back to life is amazing. In a tragic time like this, that's still a glimpse of hope, you know, that God's good.
Are you also able to release the names and ages of those who were rescued?
Not at this time, I'm not.
Tell me about today's search and rescue. What are you guys going to be doing? Do you have any idea what time we'll be able to get the helicopter and the drones up?
The drones may be up already by now. I'm not sure. The helicopter should be later on today. Like I said, as soon as the weather is completely clear, they're able to get up with that helicopter, and that'll be up to DPS to determine when that availability is.
And you mentioned two creeks. Do those two creeks merge into one?
Yes, just south of Sherman a little bit, they'll merge into one, and then they continue out going south, and then they go back to the north, and will reach to the Red River.
To the Red River?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Our understanding that the father may have passed attempting to save his daughter's life. Can you elaborate on that?
Bart, are you? Yes, sir.
So my name is Bart Bowman. I'm with the Sherman Fire Rescue, Deputy Chief of Operations. Reports that we had is that the father did have the little girl in his arms at one time during the event, and later they were seen they weren't together. So it looked like he was trying to save her, definitely.
And you said, I'm so sorry, could you do first and last name?
Yeah, Bart, B-A-R-T, Bowman, B-O-W-M-A-N, and I'm with Sherman Fire Rescue.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, can you talk a little bit about the efforts to save the 5-year-old?
Yeah, a little bit. So one of our guys was in the water and was able to find the little girl underwater, and he pulled her out of the water and handed her off to one of our paramedics that was with him, and that paramedic took her to the ambulance, and from there they went on to, I believe, Sherman Medical Center, where they performed CPR on the way to the hospital, and later I believe she was moved to Dallas and released, I believe, later the next day. So, with a near drowning like that, it's absolutely remarkable that she was released the next day with no issues. So that's a very blessing in this tragedy.
So you said she was actually underwater. How did he find her?
I'm not exactly sure how he found her, but he found her up next to a tree underwater and was able to grab a hold of her. I'm sure he could see her under the water, not very deep underwater, but was able to pull her out of the water and hand her off. So
And this was one of the four that were rescued?
it was, yes.
Have the canines used in the search had any type of blood or stayed in a specific vicinity at all?
So I believe the canines are more with the task force.
So we have two different type of detection dogs. We have some that detect live find, so they're looking for survivors, and then we have others that are looking for remains. So the live find dogs have not had any indications that they have detected anything. We've had a few indicators from the remains dogs. So
Can you talk a little bit about the conditions in the creek and around the creek? What obstacles you face?
So the creeks have a lot of debris, a lot of vegetative debris that have collected over time, and those are kind of damming up the creeks. There's several of those along the stretch that we've been walking. Some of them are impassable. So those are the kind of the interest points that we're looking at as well.
So are those the areas you search for drones from the helicopter?
I believe they've done drones over the entire creek, so not necessarily just those.
This area has seen a lot of tragic accidents over the years. Has there been any dialogue with TxDOT about possible improvements or things that could be done to increase safety?
No, sir, not at this point. Our focus has been finding this little girl. Any further questions?
How long has everyone, kind of yesterday speaking with Lieutenant Doyle, he was saying that we're going to look until we find her. Is that still the plan, or is there any schedule?
There's no schedule at this point. We're going to continue looking until we find Claire. Anything else? Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it.